Welcome to Guts and Guns, where we break down big ideas and deliver actionable insights. All in just a few minutes. Let's dive in.
So if you're maybe new to the United States, you might be coming across Memorial Day for the first time, perhaps wondering what it's all about.
Exactly. It's a really significant day here.
Today, we want to sort of unpack what this day means to Americans, why it's important.
Yeah, and we're drawing on some history, specifically the detailed history of Memorial Day, to give you a clear picture. At its heart, Memorial Day is for remembering and honoring people who died while serving in the U.S. military.
Okay, right. So let's get into that history. This isn't just some random holiday. It has very specific roots, doesn't it? Back to the American Civil War.
That's exactly right. The Civil War, ending in 1865, resulted in just a staggering number of deaths. I mean, huge losses. And that led directly to the creation of national cemeteries. And pretty soon after, people started decorating the graves of soldiers. It began actually more in the South, but the practice spread. It was a way to, collectively grieve and remember.
And that leads us to Decoration Day, yeah?
Yeah.
There was a general involved.
Yeah. Yes, General John A. Logan. He was a leader for the Union Veterans Group. In 1868, he issued this order, General Order Number 11, setting aside May 30th as Decoration Day.
May 30th specifically. Was there a reason for that date?
Well, yeah, a couple of interesting points. One, it wasn't the anniversary of any specific Civil War battle. And two, pragmatically, it was a time when flowers would likely be blooming across most of the country.
Makes sense. For decorating the graves.
Exactly.
So Decoration Day started focused on Civil War soldiers.
Yeah.
But today we call it Memorial Day, and it honors service members from all wars. How did that shift happen?
Right. That evolution was gradual. A big catalyst was World War I. The sheer scale of loss in that war really broadened the perspective.
Right. Another devastating conflict.
Yeah. So the feeling grew that, all Americans who died in service in any war should be honored on this day. And over time, the name just naturally shifted. Decoration Day became Memorial Day. It reflected that wider scope.
Okay, that makes sense. And it becoming an official federal holiday, that was much later.
Oh, yes, much later. It wasn't until 1971, actually, that Congress declared Memorial Day a federal holiday.
And that's also when it moved to Monday, right? The last Monday in May.
Correct. That was part of the Uniform Monday Holiday Act. The idea was to create more three-day weekends for federal employees.
Which, people probably appreciate for travel and stuff.
Definitely. It's often seen as the unofficial start of summer. But there's a bit of debate there, too. Some feel that making it a long weekend, focusing on leisure, maybe detracts a little from the holiday's original solemn purpose.
That's an interesting tension. So let's talk about what people actually do on Memorial Day. What are the main traditions someone might see?
Well, the core traditions are still very focused on remembrance. Visiting cemeteries is huge, placing flags, American flags, and flowers on the graves of service members.
Okay.
You'll also see parades in many towns and cities, often with veterans groups, military units, maybe school bands, community organizations, that kind of thing.
Right.
And importantly, there's the national moment of remembrance. This happens at 3 p.m. local time. Everyone across the country is asked to just pause for 1 minute.
Just a minute of silence.
Yeah, a minute of silence to remember the fallen. Plus, you'll find memorial services held at cemeteries, war memorials, places like that.
So bringing it back to our listener, maybe someone who's just arrived in the U.S.,
Yeah.
why is understanding this day important for them? What's the deeper meaning?
It's really fundamental, I think. Memorial Day is a deeply solemn day for many Americans. It's about expressing national gratitude. Gratitude for the ultimate sacrifice made by service members.
The ultimate sacrifice.
Yes. So while, like we said, you'll see barbecues and gatherings, maybe sales at stores, kicking off summer, it's crucial to understand that the core meaning is remembrance. Honoring those who died, defending the country, defending the freedoms and security that, everyone here benefits from.
So for a newcomer, engaging with the day, even in a small way, is a way to connect.
Absolutely. It's a way to connect with American history, American values. Understanding why this sacrifice is remembered and honored tells you something important about the culture. Participating, even just observing that moment of silence, can be quite powerful.
So wrapping up, the key takeaway is, it's a day of tribute, remembering those who died serving the nation.
Precisely that. A collective national thank you for their service and sacrifice.
So here's a thought to leave you with. This Memorial Day, maybe consider finding a local event, or simply pause at 3 p.m. for that national moment of remembrance. It's a small act, but it connects you to something quite profound about the American experience and might just spark more curiosity about the history and values here.
Thanks for listening. Stay curious, keep learning, and we'll see you next time.